Today we are going to see the news of 2nd September. The first news is about the Assam wetland. The Deeparbil Wildlife Sanctuary is the only Ramsar site that is present in Assam. Now, due to the dumping of the garbage near that wetland, it is under the grave danger. First, let us get an idea about what is the meaning of the eco-sensitive zones. The eco-sensitive zones or the ecologically fragile areas that are present around 10 kilometers around the protected areas, national parks, and wildlife sanctuaries. These eco-sensitive zones are being notified by the Ministry of Environmental, Forest and Climate Change. These eco-sensitive zones are listed under the Environmental Protection Act 1986. There are few activities which are allowed inside the eco-sensitive zones and few activities which are not allowed inside this eco-sensitive zones. Let us look at the few of the permitted activities inside the eco-sensitive zones. Activities like agriculture, organic farming, rainwater harvesting, and using the lands for the renewable energy sources are few of the activities which are permitted inside this eco-sensitive zones. Few activities which are not allowed inside these eco-sensitive zones are the industries which are causing the pollution, using the wood for commercial purposes, and tourism activities like hot air balloons and all. These are not allowed inside these eco-sensitive zones because this might harm these wetlands. Next, let us look what is the meaning of the Ramsar site. This Ramsar convention was signed in Ramsar in Iran. So this convention has taken the name after the place where it was signed. These Ramsar sites are the sites which are of international importance. These are nothing but the wetlands. So this convention has been signed to protect this wetlands. Due to this garbage dumpage, this Assam wetlands taking into the grave danger. So government should take steps to protect them from this garbage. Next, EPF accounts are to be divided. The Finance Ministry has now notified income tax rules for these PF accounts. PF accounts are nothing but the Provident Fund accounts. We all know that there is a slab that is fixed by the government above income. If income is acquired, one has to pay tax to the government. Now, these PF accounts will be divided into the taxable and non-taxable account, and the money in the account till 31st March 2021 will be taken for dividing this account. What will be done is, if there is a money in the account, we all receive a certain amount as the interest that is paid by the government, no? So, including that amount also, it will be taken for the dividing the account. If the amount that is in the account is more than the slab that is fixed by the government, then that particular individual should pay the tax to the government. In this curve, we can see, in June month there was zero GST collections. Why there is very less GST collections in the month of June means the country was under the lockdown. So there was no much economic activity. So the GST collection was around nil in the month of June. Post lockdown, the month of July and August, we can see there is a steady increase in the amount of GST that is received by the government. So what we can tell from this is economic activity has been started in the country and the country has started generating income, thereby the persons are paying the GST to the government. We can also say that the economy is been in the growing state during this period. And during this August month, the revenue received is 30% higher than the GST which was received in August 2020, which means that the economy is steadily increasing. Next, we'll see the Zapad exercise. The Zapad 2021 is the largest theater level exercises that is being conducted by the Russian armed forces. So, India is going to participate in this armed force exercises. This Zapad exercise is a 13-day exercise which is going to be held between September 3 to September 16. This exercise mainly aims at enhancing the military and strategic ties between the participating nations. It has invited around 17 countries for participating in this exercise. The 9 countries which are participating are Mongolia, Armenia, Kazakhstan, Tajikistan, Kyrgyzstan, Serbia, Russia, India and Belarus. The few other 8 countries are observers, that are Pakistan, China, Vietnam, Malaysia, Bangladesh, Myanmar, Uzbekistan and Sri Lanka. From India, around 200 personnel of the Indian Army are going to participate in this exercise. This exercise is mainly organized with the aim of enhancing the military and strategic ties among the participating nations and also boosting their anti-terror cooperation. Next, we are going to see about the high honor for the naval aviation. The President's color is the biggest honor that is bestowed on any military unit in recognition of its exceptional service to the nation. President Ramnath Kovind will award this President's color to the Indian Naval Aviation at a parade that is to be held in INS Hansa, Goa. This Goa also has the museum of this naval aviation. So first, what is this naval aviation? The naval aviation came into force on January 1951. This naval aviation now consists of 9 air stations and 3 naval air enclaves. It has been growing over the past 7 decades and now it has transformed into a modern, technologically advanced and highly potent force with more than 250 aircrafts in its base. Next, we are going to see why this naval aviation is now receiving this award. The naval aviation has been the forefront in inducting women into the fighting arm of the Navy. And it also made the women work shoulder to shoulder with their male counterparts. According to the defense statement, this President's Color Award is a testimony to the high professional standards and stellar operations performance of naval aviation. To mark the occasion, a special day cover will also be released by the Postal Department. Aviation. This fleet air arm can support the naval operations in all 3 dimensions and will remain the first responder for the maritime surveillance and for humanitarian assistance and disaster relief in the Indian Ocean region. Thank you.
Hope this video is very useful. I would like to say that our academy WAR, Win and Rule, is coaching students in various exams like NEET, TNPSC, UPSCs, as well as we are tutoring students from class 6 to 12 in all subjects. One-to-one student coaching is also available at students' preferable timing. For further detail, refer the description.